Hey yo, what up? What up? It's Lamech with Selah Sports TV back at it again. Chill. Real quick. I ain't even gonna hold you, but I did see I saw Tom Brady, he was on the Pivot podcast. Shout out to the Pivot podcast. They was able to get TB12 on there, and that's always gonna be a good interview, you know? It's always gonna be a good interview. Tom Brady, uh widely regarded as the greatest football player ever, right? I think that's a stretch, but why also widely regarded as the best quarterback ever. Um, I tend to disagree, right? But the guy is great, right? I'm not one of these people that just has to have the best. Like I recognize the differences of errors. Errors matter. Rules matter, right? Rules matter. And that's what's ironic about this little interview here, because rules do matter. See, Tom Brady now is coming out as a traditionalist. And who knew? Who knew that Tom Brady was a fucking traditionalist? Damn, Lamech, what do you mean by that? Tom Brady, like, he's old school quarterback. No, the fuck he's not. There's nothing old school about the way Tom Brady played the game of football. Nothing. Now I get that that's relative, right? I may be older than you, right? But it don't matter. And here's why. Tom Brady on the Pivot podcast came out and told the truth, right? Told the truth. Couldn't tell the truth when they found him with those deflated footballs, right? Nobody was telling the truth then when they was when they was spying on other teams. Nobody told the truth then. Even though I won't necessarily put that on Tom Brady, that was more of a Belichick thing, right? But still, same regime, same cheating regime, right? Same cheating regime. Got pissed off when everybody caught you cheating, and you almost went undefeated, but you lost. Great season, but you lost to the Giants, right? But that ain't what this video's about. This video is about the shit that Tom Brady was saying on that in that chair right there, right? Tom Brady, the traditionalist. Okay, let's talk about that. Well, Tom Brady came out and said he complained about how the league has changed, and how they're protecting the players too much, and how boxers don't go into a fight saying, people that manage boxing, they don't go into the boxing match saying, how can we protect the fighters from getting hurt, right? Getting hurt is part of the fucking sport, right? Collisions are part of football. I agree with Tom Brady 100%. 100%. The problem is Tom Brady hasn't always agreed with Tom Brady, right? Tom Brady, uh, as much as a traditionalist he is now, Tom Brady has been a beneficiary of a lot of rule changes. Well, maybe out of a few rule changes that softened the game. See, now he wants to come out and say, no, 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 you're making it too easy for these guys, because he don't want his records broken, right? And I'm no fan of Patrick McQueen. What's his name? Not Patrick McQueen. Not PQ. Not Patrick Queen. Patrick. What's this cocksucker's name in Kansas City? Mahomes. Mahomes. I'm no real fan of him. Like, he's good. I give it to him. He's good. I'm not a fan of his game. Um, Complains a lot, sort of like Tom Brady. If you touch him, he feels like he's owed a flag. He got all that shit from you. He got that from you. I mean, I could be just showing a video, but I don't want them, like, they so funny about stuff like that, showing footage of games and shit. I don't have to. People that know football, they know what I'm talking about. They seen all the times when you got touched and bitch to the ref for a flag, and then here comes the flag. We seen you do that. Matter of fact, you're the guy that's known for that the most. Even today, more than Patrick Mahomes, it's you. And you ain't even playing no more. Right? Josh Allen, Mahomes, they got that shit from you. So what the fuck is Tom Brady talking about? Remember the Tuck rule? Anybody remember that? Patriots, Raiders, I want to say it was the AFC Championship. Snowy game. Great game. Great game. Go back and look at that game. Great fucking game. Until the very end, where they changed the fucking rules for this guy. Tom Brady took a fucking sack in the red zone, the opponent's red zone, and fumbled. That play is always called a fumble. It's been called a fumble before that, and it's been called a fumble ever since that. But for that play, they created the Tuck rule. Remember that? The Tuck rule. The Tuck rule? He fumbled, and they allowed them to keep the ball. Here's how it works. When you fumble, the only thing that we got to decide is, were you down or not? Were you on the ground or not? If you weren't on the ground, it's a fucking fumble. That's how it works. Unless you're TB12. And this guy, I'm going to tell you, man, that was his first Super Bowl. He got helped. He got helped out on his first Super Bowl. He got helped out on his first Super Bowl. A little bit later on in his career. Early season game. I want to say he was going up against us. And by us, I mean the world's greatest football team, the Baltimore Ravens. Of course, everybody knew that. But I want to say he was going against us. And good old hard-hitting Bernard Pilot came flying through there. And he bumped old Tom on the knee, right? Knocked Tom out of seat. He ended Tom Brady's season that year. Now, I didn't want to see that happen, right? It was early in the season. Like, I watch football to see the best players play. Like, I'm not one of these guys that root for guys to get hurt, because they're playing against my team or anything like that. Nah, I want to see the best people win, and I want to see who's the best. That's it. So this ain't me celebrating it, but look, shit happens. You know how many quarterbacks had their seasons ended? It happens. Quarterbacks are a part of the team, just like everybody else. I get it, but people want to see points and marketing and this and that, and it takes away from scoring. And I get it, but you can't rig the game for the quarterback. If you keep the standard the same, the cream going to rise to the top. They're going to figure it out. It's not up to the league to inflate these numbers by changing rules. That is a disservice to the quarterbacks of yesterday. It's a disservice. Just like he feels slighted now. See? He feels slighted now because he knows. He wanted soften the game for me, but then after I retire, make it tougher for these guys. That's not how it works, Tom. It's not how it works. They should have never softened the league for you. See, he's trying to sit there on that chair and act like he played in the same league as Joe Montana. He played in the same league as John Elway. He played in the same league as Marino, Warren Moon, right? Randall Cunningham. You didn't play in that league. You know what you could do to a receiver when they were playing? But guess what? They rose to the cream rise to the they gonna rise to the crop. They gonna figure it out. They were that good. They didn't need the league to say, no, you can't touch his receivers with and they didn't do that. Them guys had to figure it out one way or another. And they all did to different levels, of course. Right? I don't really rate Brett Favre as an all-time great. He was, yeah, it's hard for me to rate Brett Favre as an all-time great. He was a good quarterback though. But even him, most of his career wasn't played in that era. Most of Brett Favre's career was played in the real era. I mean, he was out there throwing balls to Sterling Sharp, right? Sterling Sharp, like back then, receivers were Bulls, Michael Irvin, Sterling Sharp, John Taylor. These guys were bulls. They wasn't like these. It's not. It's different. It's not like now. It's not like now. So I agree with Tom Brady. The physicality is being removed from the game. That's supposed to be one of the most physical, most physical, the apex predator of physical sports, collision sports, and they're taking that part away from the game and turning this shit into flag football. You can't tackle the guy this way. You can't tackle him that way. He might get hurt. So what? That's what they get big money for. That's why they like, what are we doing? What are we fucking doing? But anyway, shout out to Tom Brady. I mean, I'm glad it's good, figured out it's better late than never. But come on, man. Come on, Tom. Come on, man. You can't be serious, bro. All that shit you got away with. All that shit you got away with. Now, the sentiment, I would like for them to turn back the fucking clock because this shit is getting ridiculous. Patrick Mahomes, he's like, ugh. Yeah, man. Anyway, that's all I got. If you like the video, bang off on that like button one time. Peace.